I fully admit I'm really running the risk of beating a dead horse here. It's a fine line. Welcome back, friends. Happy Monday. I hope you're all doing well. How to begin? When I first moved down here, I did what I think a lot of people do, which is they go on social media, the Facebook, I think specifically, and they search for groups or people that are like-minded. Little side note, I haven't found too many of those as of yet. But I did subscribe to a couple of kind of general bicycle groups. And I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. I do go in and look at my notifications usually once a day, just to see if there's something there that I need to address. And I came across a video on one of these cycling groups. And they were the poster was talking about I'm paraphrasing now, the outrage that happened on one of their rides about motorists passing too close, blah, blah, blah. It's a common tale, one that I think all of us are kind of used to seeing. And so I clicked on the video because the person that was posting the video had cameras not only on the front but on the back, rear facing camera, which I think in a lot of cases can be handy, but they cut both ways, these cameras, and what I saw wasn't pretty. I mean, this was a moderately trafficked single lane road, and the group was riding two abreast. I mean, right from the jump, not what I would advise. And over and above that, this, double line group was hither and yon all over the damn street. Overlapped wheels, a couple of people are in the middle of the road. I mean, it's just sloppy. And you wonder why motorists get frustrated. And now, this is not an excuse for them to be aggressive with their automobiles, but just because you can ride somewhere doesn't always mean that you should. And you gotta ride smart. You can be really smug and indignant about your rights to ride on the street from your hospital bed if you so choose. Again, I don't wish that on anyone, and I wouldn't advise it. So, I mean, this brings up the larger question, because I went down into the comments, which is always a daring thing to do, and a couple of people did bring up the fact that they were not riding in what you would call a responsible manner, and of course those people got piled on immediately for victim blaming or victim shaming or whatever the terminology is today. So how do you, for lack of a better word, coach up people that you're riding with? I've said it a million times that while I never raced, aside from one cyclocross race, I never raced on the road. But in the 80s and 90s, if you were going to ride road bikes, racing bikes, you were going to end up riding with people that raced. And they didn't put up with any nonsense. Because if you were doing things that were unsafe, they were most of the time not only unsafe for you, they were unsafe for them as well, and they weren't having it. So if it's your ride, you've invited people to come and ride with you, I think it's also your responsibility to point out when people are doing things that are dumb in a nice way. You want them to be safe, you want to be safe, you want them to have a good time, and you want them to come back and continue the activity. Like I say, I'm beating a dead horse here, but if we're going to put our foot in the ground and proclaim our rights, we also have to accept the responsibilities of riding on the road. I know that all of you know this. I'm talking about the other people. And maybe you know somebody. I'm pretty sure you do. But it's just every time something like that happens, it just gives the I don't want cyclists on the road more ammunition when they go to their city county council or their mayor or their board meeting or whatever it is and pound the table and talk about how people on bikes don't respect the rules of the road. And more oftentimes than not, those decision makers, those board members, that city county council agrees with them. So we have to do whatever it takes to make sure that we set a good example. That's all. It's one of those things that, I look forward to the day when I don't have to talk about it anymore, but I don't think that day is ever coming. Especially as more and more people get into cycling and correcting people is, you just can't do it. So, I don't know. A point of personal privilege, there are always down in the description of the video a gang of Amazon links. They are affiliate links. Now, if you don't shop on Amazon, look, I get it. But if you do, a very easy and no cost to you way to support what I'm doing here is to just use one of those links to get into Amazon. You don't have to buy the thing I'm linking to, but if you use one of those links to get into Amazon and then you make a purchase, I do get a small commission. It helps with all of this. So, that's all I've got for you. Last week, my brother and I went and rode Shark Valley, which is in the Everglades. You can probably put two and two together. I'm trying to sift through that footage now, and hopefully I'll have that up this week. I hope something good happens to you today. Thank you for watching. Till next time, be nice, work hard, ride bikes, play music when you can. I'll talk to you soon.